Hi, my name is Julia Barnes and I'm a yoga teacher in Haute-Savoie here in the French Alps. So today we're going to be taking our practice outside and doing a few poses out in nature. So it's a great way to get your practice off the mat, bring it into your everyday life. If you want to practice a few yoga poses during a hike, or just even if you're spending some time in the garden, I'm going to give you some suggestions of poses that you could do, including some of my favourites. We are going to be off the mat and barefoot. The ground is usually uneven when we're outside, so we're not going for kind of the perfect alignment that you might be more concerned with when you're on your mat. The idea here is really just to get a feeling of being in contact with the earth, spending some time outside, enjoying the fresh air, sunshine if you're lucky enough to have it. So let's get started. So we'll start with mountain pose, which is the perfect pose for this amazing mountain setting. I like to take my shoes off when I do yoga so that I'm barefoot and have a real connection with the ground. So feel free to take your shoes and socks off as well. And then just start by looking at your feet. Bring your feet about hip width apart. Maybe lift the toes, spread them nice and wide, and then place them gently back on the ground. And then feel yourself pushing through the feet. The crown of the head rises. Maybe turning the palms forward so the shoulders open a little bit. Arms are by your sides. And then whenever you're ready, you can allow your eyes to close. And just take some time here to notice your feet, the contact between your feet and the earth. Maybe notice how you can push your feet into the earth to energize the legs. Maybe you even notice energy rising up from the ground through the feet all the way up the spine to the crown of the head so that you grow a little taller. And allow your shoulders to widen, creating space in the rib cage so that you can breathe freely. And begin to notice your breath and how you're breathing naturally. Take an inhale through your nose and an exhale out through the mouth wide open. And then gently allow your mouth to close and find your breath through the nose. Maybe there's space to allow the breath to slow a little. And take time to inhale fully, to exhale fully. Feel the lungs filling as you inhale, maybe the rib cage expanding slightly to create space for the lungs as they fill with fresh air. And then notice the ribs drawing in slightly and releasing as you exhale and the lungs empty. You can stay with this awareness of the breath moving through the body. An awareness of the ground beneath your feet. The feet rooting you into the earth and into the present moment. And whenever you're ready, gently allow your eyes to open. So our next pose will be a standing forward fold, which is a nice stretch for the back of the legs, especially if you've been hiking up the mountain to get to where you're doing your little yoga practice. So again, starting with the feet maybe hip width apart, rooting the feet into the earth, and we'll start by reaching upwards, creating a bit more space in the body. Reach with the crown of the head to the fingertips, and then as you exhale, come into a forward fold and maybe bend the knees to begin with. Release the hands down, release the head down, just coming to wherever you come naturally. No need to force at all. Maybe adding in a bit of free movement here. Just allow the torso and arms to sway gently from side to side. Keep the head and the neck relaxed. And you can even add in a little bit of movement into the legs if that feels good. Maybe straightening one leg, then the other. And then whenever you're ready, and come back to center, and coming to stillness. And you can either keep a bend in the knees, even making the bend in the knees deeper if that feels better, or if it feels comfortable in your body, you can begin to straighten the legs. So just coming to wherever feels natural, whatever is comfortable for the back and for the legs. And take a few breaths here. Feel your feet pushing into the ground so the legs are working, the ankles are awake, the thigh muscles are awake. So the lower body is doing the work for you and the upper body is much more passive and relaxed. And stay with a gentle breath through the nose. And then whenever you're ready to come up, push through the feet, maybe a little bend in the knees as you come up. Reach the arms up to the sky, and stretching the fingertips up, and then release your arms back down. Our next pose will be a reverse warrior pose. So bring your feet wide apart. And then we'll start with the right side. So turn your right toes out to the right. And we'll start in warrior two. Bend the right knee and extend the arms. Really feel yourself reaching through the fingertips. The shoulders widen. You can bring your gaze over the middle finger of the right hand. And on an inhale, turn your right palm up towards the sky. And as you exhale, fold to the left and bring your left hand gently onto the left leg. And the right fingertips can reach up to the sky, or you can reach them back a little if that feels comfortable. And then for the head position, doing whatever feels comfortable. You can bring the gaze forward, or you can even bring it down to the left foot if that feels comfortable. And keep the bend in the right knee. Staying with an even breath through the nose. Feel the right side body opening. And then to come out of the pose, extend through your arms, straighten the right leg, turn the feet parallel, and we'll come back to center. And now we'll take the second side. So you can turn your left toes out to the left, bend the left knee, again making sure the left knee is aligned with the toes, and then reach through the fingertips. Feel your feet pushing you into the earth. Maybe even think about hugging the ankles in towards center so the legs are strengthening. And that gives you a lightness in the upper body. And then you can bring your gaze over the left hand. On an inhale, turn your left palm to the sky. Exhale, reach the left arm up. Right hand comes onto the right leg. And again, just keeping the arms wherever is comfortable. Either hand reaching straight up, or you can start bringing the left fingertips back. And again, find a comfortable position for your head and your neck. Somewhere where you feel at ease, there's no strain. And whenever you're ready, again, reaching through the fingertips, straighten the left leg, turn your feet back to center, and release your arms back down. So we can keep the feet wide apart for triangle pose. Starting with the right side, turn the right toes out to the right. Reach through the fingertips, but this time both legs stay straight. Push the ground away with the feet, feel the legs waking up, and then begin to reach your right arm out to the right hand side. Feel yourself creating space in the right side of the body. And then bring the right hand down to wherever it comes naturally on the leg, and let the left arm reach up. And again, just be aware of the head and the neck, so there's no tension. You can bring your gaze down, look to the side, or even turn the gaze up, just whatever feels comfortable for you. And take a few breaths here to feel the stretch through the legs, the arms, through the torso. As you inhale, reach through the fingertips, through the crown of the head, creating space in the body. And as you exhale, push through the feet to feel the body strengthening and waking up. And take a few more breaths here. And whenever you're ready, push through the feet to come back up. Turn your left toes out to your left. Reach through the arms. And again, we'll start with the stretch so we're creating space in the torso. Reach the left fingertips out to the side, just a little further. And then gently bring your left hand down onto the leg, wherever is comfortable. And bring the right arm up to the sky. And again, connect with the breath here. Staying with a gentle breath through the nose. Make sure the touch of the left hand on the leg is nice and light, so your legs are doing the work. And maybe finding that sensation of openness and space on the inhales, and grounding and stability on the exhales. Reaching through the arms, through the crown of the head as you inhale to create space. Rooting through the feet as you exhale to create stability. And when you're ready, push through the feet to come back up. Turn the feet parallel and release the arms back down. So we can keep the wide-legged stance for our next pose, which will be half moon. A half moon is a balance pose. I think it's really nice to work on balance poses outside rather than always being on our yoga mat, because having your feet in contact with the earth feels really different and changes our sense of balance compared to being on a mat. We'll do the right side first, turn the right toes out to the right, and if you want to, you can start with your left hand on your left hip, and then we'll bend the right knee, and the right fingertips are going to come down onto the earth. When you're ready, you flex the left foot, it starts lifting off the ground, and you can begin to lift the left leg higher. The left toes turn out to the left-hand side. You can either keep the right knee bent, you can even bend the left knee if you want to, or if it feels comfortable, left leg extends, the foot stays flexed, and then the right leg begins to extend as well. Roll the left shoulder open, creating space, and then when you're ready, reach the left fingertips up towards the sky. And again, the gaze can come down towards the ground, towards the side, up to the sky, whatever feels comfortable for your body. Often balance will feel easiest when we look down towards the ground. And again, keep the touch of the fingers nice and light. Allow your legs to do the work. When you're ready, bend the right knee, bring the left foot back down, and you can come out. So you might want to shake your hips a little bit and move around before you take the second side. This is a really big pose for the hips, a very big opener, so it can feel quite intense. Feel free to add in any movement if you want to before you take the second side. Turn your left toes out to the left. Again, the back hand, the right hand can come onto the hip. Bend the left knee, the right foot can slide forward a little bit and bring the left fingertips down. And just notice how the left foot has a tendency to want to move around. We'll try and keep it really nice and stable and rooted into the ground. Begin to flex the right foot so it comes off the ground. If you need to, you can bend the right leg, or the leg can be straight. Push through the sole of the foot, the toes turn out to the side, the leg is nice and awake. And if you feel ready, you can begin to extend the left leg so both legs are straight. And then the right hand can stay on the right hip, or if it feels comfortable, you can reach the fingertips up to the sky. Keep the touch of the left fingertips nice and light. Feel the right shoulder opening, creating space for the breath. And again, just noticing what feels comfortable for the head. You can bring your gaze down to the side or up to the sky. And when you're ready, gently come out of the pose and bring yourself back up. So next we're going to do my absolute favourite pose, which is downward dog. So you have to make sure that your hands are comfortable since they're going to be on the ground. As you can see, I'm on a gravel path here, so I'm going to use the grass to put my hands in just to make it more comfortable. So when you're ready, bring your hands down, and your hands are shoulder width apart, fingers spread nice and wide, and then you can begin to walk your feet back until you have a comfortable distance between your hands and legs. And to begin with, maybe add in a bit of movement. You can pedal out the legs, bending one knee and then the other, maybe shifting the hips a little from side to side, even circling the head. And whenever you're ready, come to stillness. The knees can stay bent if that allows you to get a nicer stretch through the back, or if it feels comfortable, the legs can be straight. And begin to reach your heels back so that you get a stretch through the soles of the feet. So we want the stretch for our back of our legs to start in the soles of the feet. Feel that the touch with the earth of your hands and feet is really dynamic. The hands are awake, and the head and neck are relaxed. And take a few breaths here. Maybe there's space to slow the exhale, allowing your exhales to become a little longer than your inhales. And whenever you're ready to come out of the pose, you can walk your feet forward, maybe coming into a little forward fold. And when you're ready, gently roll yourself back up to standing. So we'll finish our practice with the relaxation. So I've moved into some grass here just to find somewhere really comfortable to lie down and rest. We're going to take the time for our bodies to integrate the practice, to get some rest, and just to remember what it feels like to do nothing which is something that most of us don't really do enough of. So make sure you've got somewhere really comfortable where you won't be disturbed, where you can lie down for a few minutes, and then we'll come to lie. And you can keep your knees bent, or you can straighten your legs along the ground, whatever feels the most comfortable for your body. Sometimes if our lower backs are feeling a bit fragile, bending the knees can be more comfortable. And then turn the palms of your hands towards the sky so that you're creating a bit more space and openness for the shoulders so you can breathe freely. And take the time for any last adjustments so that you're comfortable, maybe widening the sit bones and the shoulder blades a little bit, adjusting the head if you need to. And when you're ready, allow your eyes to close. Become aware of the sensation of the body lying on the ground. And if it's sunny out, notice the sensation of the sun on your skin. And if there's a slight wind, notice the breeze. Feel the temperature of the air on your face. And allow the body to soften. Soften your forehead and eyelids. Soften your cheeks and your lips. Allow your tongue to soften and fall towards the back of your mouth. Soften your jaw. You can even separate your lips slightly just by a few millimeters to help the jaw to relax. Soften your throat. And release your shoulders. Feel the weight of your arms on the earth. Soften the palms of your hands and your fingertips. Maybe noticing the rib cage and the belly moving freely as you breathe. And feel the weight of your back and of your pelvis on the earth. Release your legs. Maybe allowing both legs to become a little heavier. And soften the soles of your feet. And relax your toes, allowing them to fall outwards. And now there's nothing to do. And nowhere to go. Nothing to do. And nowhere to go. And whenever you're ready to end your relaxation, gently begin to move your fingers and your toes. Move your hands and feet. And allow your breathing to deepen. And take time to stretch your arms and your legs. And allow your knees to bend. Roll to one side. You can keep your eyes closed. And then gently come up to sit. Find a comfortable seated position. Again, connect with your body and notice the weight of your legs and the weight of your pelvis on the earth. And feel how the lower body gives you a sensation of stability. and that you're grounded into the earth. And then maybe notice how that stability that you've created in the lower body allows the upper body to become lighter and more spacious. Feel the crown of your head rising towards the sky. Maybe the shoulders can widen a little. And create space in the body for the breath to move freely. And when you feel ready, gently allow your eyes to open. And thank you so much for practicing with me today. Namaste.